Hello and welcome to Lee Anderson Yoga. I'm Lee and I'm very excited you're here. Thank you so much for subscribing to my yoga channel and enjoying this wonderful journey. We can share it together, the highs and the lows, the good times, the bad times, and in and amongst all of that we will find peace, we will find a sense of calmness, and we'll always remember to come back to our breath, back to our bodies, and our true authentic center. That is exactly what this practice here today is all about. So let's begin. Let's start lying down on our backs with our knees bent, our feet resting on the floor. Beautiful. Ease yourself down, let your arms rest by your sides. And a few calming, relieving breaths. Just feeling the weight of the vertebrae sink into the body towards the earth as you soften and rest and relax. You can close your eyes if you wish. And just start thinking about the left leg, and perhaps let the left leg fall to the left side. Pick the knee back up and let it fall back to the inside. So we're just sort of letting that thigh bone move in and around, pivot in the left hip joint. So you can keep shuffling the left foot around if you like. Just a little bit of movement starting to wake up the inner and the outer thigh muscles, as well as the quadriceps and hamstrings, the front and the back. Beautiful. And then let the foot rest. Make sure the hips are aligned. Beautiful. Bring the left knee into the chest as you lift the heel up towards the ceiling. So here you can wriggle the toes, you can circle through the ankle, flex and point a few times, then find a little bit of stillness. Let the left hip sink back and just feel this beautiful energetic lengthening up through the heel and maybe even across the sole of the foot, underneath the toes. Fabulous. Gently bend the knee into the chest. We're going to now turn the thigh bone again. Let the ankle rest on the other knee. Leg relaxes out to the side and we bring the right knee in towards the chest. So again, you can reach through with your arms if you wish, providing that hasn't compromised your neck or your chest or your shoulders. We want to be lengthening and relaxing this muscle on the outside of our left thigh that connects our lower back, wanders all in and around to the top of the leg, down the side of the leg, and then into our kneecap. Beautiful. Slowly release the right leg back to the floor and then the left leg, and just have a moment here just breathing, just feeling the beautiful tingles that are happening through the left side of the body, the legs. And then when you feel ready, thinking about the right leg and letting it fall to the outside, picking up and letting it fall to the inside. So your left leg now might feel a little bit wandery, a little bit looser. Just let the left foot rest, keeping the leg supported and steady as we start to move in and think a little bit more. Connect to the right thigh and hip. And then let the foot rest as you bend the knee and raise the heel up towards the ceiling or the sky. Beautiful. Wriggle the toes perhaps. Circle through the ankle. And then let the leg find a little bit of stillness as the right hip sinks. So you might even imagine that thigh bone sliding down into the hip socket. Softness about the knee, but this lengthening energy, especially up the back of the leg, behind the ankle, and out through the heel, the sole of the foot. Just notice if you're feeling tension or stress or trying anywhere else in the neck, shoulders, arms. Remind those areas to relax and enjoy this gentle moment of length through the back of the right leg. Beautiful. Bend the knee in. Let the knee turn on out as the ankle rests. Give that outer thigh muscle a little bit of time to lengthen of its own accord. And then if you wish, you can encourage a stretch by lifting the left knee up. Beautiful. So as best you can, keep this right leg relaxing, just falling away to the outside. Arms wherever you find supportive and comforting. Beautiful. Gently release the left foot back to the floor. Bring the right knee into the chest and then the left knee. Bring the inner thighs together and just rock a little bit, lifting the tailbone up off the floor, letting the lower back lay down nice and long. Lovely. Let's straighten both legs and send the heels up towards the sky and feel that beautiful stretch through both legs. Behind the ankles, heels of the foot, right across the whole width of the sole of the feet. Beautiful. Allow the tailbone to lengthen, rest back down. Magic. Knees come in towards the chest. Lovely. Hands can go under the hamstrings or around the shins. And just rocking here forwards and backwards. Just creating a circular shape, a curve through the spine. So contracting the abdominals a little bit. Beautiful. Lifting the head on up. And after a few rocks forwards and backwards, you can sit on up. Beautiful. Let's take the upper body back a little bit, but keep the knees bent. Draw the inner thighs together. So we're not just pushing the knees together, we've got the whole length of the inner thigh holding into the support of each other. That'll help support the pelvic floor and the lower abdominals. Start to lean back through the upper body so you can feel your abdominals tightening and strengthening. Hands can hold onto the hamstrings if that helps you. Push down through the feet. Lift up through the crown and just breathing gently. And then try to allow that breath cycle to connect to your movement. So inhale, there's a lifting and an expansion. Exhale, there's relief, but also a grounding, settling in. Beautiful. If you can, release the arms so that they can reach out above the knees. Keep pushing down through the feet. With the next inhale, reach the left arm out and around, stretching the hands away from each other. Beautiful. Bring them back in towards the center. Really feel into the tailbone and the top of the hip bones, anchoring like a bit of a tripod there as you reach the right arm out and around, and then slowly return it back to center. If you need a breather here, absolutely okay to sit up and rest the body forwards. Otherwise, lean on back. Feel that tailbone being your support. Reaching the right arm forwards as the left arm reaches back. Breathe here, open the chest forward. Stretch those hands away from each other. Well done, not easy. Bring the hands back. Take a moment. And then the right arm reaches out behind you. Soften the back of the neck. Shoulder blades squeeze in together. Fabulous. Returning all the way back through center. Sitting up, hands on the knees for a moment as they then reach down behind us. So fingers are facing towards our hips. The hands can be as wide as the mat or a little bit narrower. Shoulder roll here just to soften into the front of the chest. Open up through the chest. Let's bend the knees a little bit more and bring the feet a little bit closer to the hips. I'm going to take my feet out as wide as my mat. Lovely. Take a breath in, open the heart forwards. And as we exhale, we push the feet into the floor. Lift the glutes, the hips. Send the knees out over the top of the toes and the heart lifts. Slowly, slowly as you breathe in, lower the hips, gently anywhere behind the heels. Lovely. Let's do that again. Push the feet down. Lift the hips on up. Breathe into the heart space and feel the belly expand up towards the ceiling, soft through the neck. Squeeze to lift the glutes a little bit more and push the feet down, the balls of the feet down. One more breath cycle. Fingertips also push into the floor to take a little bit of pressure out of the wrists. Wonderful. Slowly releasing. Back on down. Hug onto the shins. Bring the feet closer together and have a cuddle. Excellent. We're on our way. Let's roll over onto hands and knees and enjoy a little bit more movement through our vertebrae. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. You can rock side to side here if you wish. Inhale, heart opens forward, crown lifts. So does that tailbone up to the sky. Cow pose. Exhale. Blow all the air on out. Draw the belly button in. Really let the crown of the head fall to the earth this time. Beautiful. Cat pose. Inhale, all the way open. Nice and tall and proud and smiley. Exhale. Blow the air on out. Push the fingertips down. Tuck the tailbone under. Beautiful. And then just come into neutral here. So we're going to enjoy some circles, where we take a breath in and on the exhale, we start to allow the shoulder to move around the front of the left hand, out in front of both hands, around the side of the right, back with the hips over the right heel, left heel. Beautiful, calming on up. So going around again. Keeping the upper body flat like a tabletop. Pushing the heels back, coming around. Let's go one more time. Excellent. Allow yourself to come back into neutral. Fingertips push down. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale. Belly button draws in. Ribs contract. Shoulder blades separate. Lovely. Crown points towards the floor. Inhale. Just feel that spine curve all the way out and around one way. And then gently and slowly, easily slips around the other way. Back into neutral for me. Fabulous. So this time we're going to take our upper body around in a circle, going the other direction. So don't be too judgmental here on your circle. It might feel a bit wobbly or a bit rickety or a bit jaggedy. Don't worry about that. Just notice if you are being critical of the particular shape, if you're trying to be a perfect circle or a perfect oval, and just allow yourself a little bit of forgiveness. Just ease back from that incredibly competitive streak that you might have within you, and just be happy with whatever shape as you just sort of experience that feeling in the wrists and the hips and the body. That's what we're after. Lovely. Let's walk the hands, big stretch out in front of us. Tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the hips up into our downward dog. Knees are still bent a little bit, soft. And we're just going to walk the feet. I love this behind the ankle, yeah? Oh, really helps ease into the lower calf. Feels great, just above the heel. Excellent. And while our focus is on our legs, it also takes a little bit of pressure off the arms and the wrists. So now what we can do is start to spread the fingers and really press the fingertips down as if we're trying to stretch the mat out away from us. And that will help us feel the hips lift up even higher. So let the legs be still up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, stretch the mat away. Hips lift as your heels lower. Wonderful. Breathing into the back of the body so the shoulder blades move around the ribs. Exhale, drawing the belly button in, contracting the lower ribs. One more breath cycle here. Try to soften the sides of the neck, especially where the neck meets the skull, behind the ears and under the chin, your jaw. Beautiful. Let's walk the feet forwards as many steps as you wish. We're coming into just a forward fold here. So feet can be nice and close. Lift the chest with the inhale and let the upper body relax with the exhale, letting go. Another 2 breath cycles. So pushing the feet down through the floor, keeping the hips up above the heels. Exhale, release down. Wonderful. Let's do this again. Exhale completely. Let all the stale old air out. We're cleaning out the house, cleaning up the space. Getting ready for new energies to flow in. Bend the knees, lower the hips, and just take your time rolling up to standing. Arms just fall back down by your sides. Whew. And if you want to separate the feet and have a little bit more space here between the feet, you can. If you need to readjust your clothes, you can. Your microphone, you can. Let the feet just sort of sink and relax. Try not to have the toes fidgeting. Tuck the tailbone under. Come back to the breath. Connect to the sensations, the feelings in your body. Know that whatever it is that you're feeling in this moment, it is true, it is real. But just notice it and observe it, without being critical or judgmental. Just remaining calm, at ease. Fabulous. Palms meet, thumbs rest in front of your heart space. Walk your feet a little bit closer, allow your shoulders to relax across and down your back. Start to feel your leg muscles strengthen and energize, and there's this beautiful uplifting energy through your spine, neck, and out the top of your head. Smile, preparing for sun salutations. Beautiful. Take a wonderful breath in. Exhale, simply release the arms, just opening yourself up. Gorgeous. Breathe in, reach the arms to the sky, bend the knees a little, and then we tip from the hips. Exhale, reaching down towards the shins or maybe your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees, keep the arms rested, and then they contact the floor and they help support you as you walk the feet back into a long plank. If you'd rather rest on hands and knees here and work through a few cat-cow flows, please do. Otherwise, squeeze the glutes and keep the midsection tense and strong. Exhale, lowering down, knees softly, tuck the elbows in, flip the feet, thighs, belly, chest, through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the back of the head. Easy cobra. Exhale, extend the spine down, push the floor away. Tuck the toes, lift your hips, downward dog. Breathing here. Inhale to stretch the mat away and the hips rise as the torso expands. Exhale, beautiful. Leg muscles unravel and relax, helping the heels closer to the earth. Walking forwards as many steps as you wish, with a lift, and then again another let go through the upper body. Legs are strong, holding you upright. Beautiful. Bend the knees, push the feet into the floor. Coming up to standing. Keep the arms sort of by your sides, even if they levitate a little bit. Wonderful. Inhale, hands, heart center. Relax across the tops of your shoulders and the skin on your face. Exhale, release the arms down. Ready for anything. Bend the knees, reach the arms on up, stretch the ribs to the sky. Exhale, bow forwards. Hips up this time as the hands come closer to the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, walk the feet backwards. We've got our cat-cow flows option or high plank. Ease yourself down on the exhale, lower plank. Inhale, lifting the back of the head, the crown as the tops of the feet push into the floor. Exhale, stay long as you press the floor away. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Beautiful. And again, as those fingers stretch the mat away, there's that magical lift, lengthening energy through the sides of the body. You might feel that help the top of the hamstrings, the back of the legs, as the hips lift higher, the heels sink lower, exhaling completely. And then walking forwards. Beautiful. We're going to add on some interesting shapes and places soon. Exhale, bow down the front of your legs. Bend your knees, keep your arms relaxing as you lift the upper body up. And the shoulder blades just tuck in behind the ribs, palms to the front. One breath cycle, hands to the heart center. Exhale, release the arms again. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. You can bend the knees as much or as little as you like. Exhale, bow forwards into a forward fold. And we're just going to remain here in forward fold for a minute. So with the inhale, you can lift the body up a little if you like. Exhale, release out of the hips, the sides of the body, down through the ribs, neck and head. Awesome. So just breathing naturally. Our fingers here are going to like play a piano and walk around towards the right hand side. Beautiful. You can sort of let the knees bend and swivel the hips if you wish. And then with the fingers, so it might be piano playing, or you might be like a crab crawling around on the beach sand. Beautiful. Around to the other side. Come back through center. Take a breath in and see if those hips can stand up taller and the sides of the body can let go and relax a little bit longer down the front of your legs. Fabulous. Bend the knees, ground the hands. We're going to step backwards into our high plank. Lower down through chaturanga, whether you bend the knees or keep your body in a straight long line. Inhale, open the front of the chest forwards, fingertips lightly push into the floor. Exhale, flow back down and through. Doing amazing. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up high. Fabulous. Breathing in, stretching longer and taller. Exhaling, remaining calm, cool, collected. Feet walking forwards towards the fingers, and we have our forward fold. Let the body lift up a little to allow extra space through the lower back, the upper body to reach down. Remaining here. So the left hand just reaches out in front of us as the right arm starts to lengthen out to the side. Push down equally through the balls of both feet. Heart opens forward with the in-breath. Let's do that again. Exhale, feet push down. Inhale, open the chest. Crown stretching away from the tailbone. Slowly release, lower down. You can have a breath cycle here in the middle, just to allow an opportunity to sort of realign and come back to neutral. Excellent. And the right hand rests this time as the left arm reaches out to the side. Ground down through the feet so that the hips don't swivel around too much. And we raise that left arm up. Next breath, really reach and expand through the ribs. Feel the hips keep up and the ribs stretch away. Beautiful. Slowly release. Coming all the way back down. One breath cycle here. Fantastic. You can even roll up through the spine and then roll all the way back down. Bend the knees. We're coming up to standing. Arms relaxed by your sides. Feel the legs get longer and stronger as you engage even more muscle fibers through the calves, thighs, the front and back of your hips. Inhale, hands to heart center. Well done. Exhale, release, smile. Sweep the arms up, breathe in, ribs expand and lift. Exhale, out of the hips, whee, down the front of the body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, walk both feet backwards. So we have our vinyasa flow, and then we're going to explore cobra. Inhale, lengthen the crown, stretch it away from the tailbone. Exhale, control, ease yourself all the way in and down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, just lower the body down, nice and long, nice and low. Fabulous. So the hands here are going to reach out in front of us, fingertips down. Just relax the back of the neck and feel that as a wonderful extension, tailbone pointing away from you. Tops of the feet have got to push down into the floor. You'll feel the hip bones as well. So we're just going to let the fingers play like the piano again. You can lift the top of the chest up off the floor a little if you like. So this is a bit of a side bend through the waist. Beautiful. Try to keep the hips even and the top of the feet pressing down as the fingers play the piano around to the right hand side, and then come back to center. If you want to have a rest here and just let your head fall onto a hand pillow, absolutely you can. And then you can reach the arms all the way on out again. Lovely, long legs. Caterpillar, what is it? Crab on the beach, sideways, or playing the piano. If you know how to play the piano, you might like to play your favorite tune. Side stretching through the waist, legs along. Beautiful. Coming back through center. Definitely bring the hands nice and close to make a little pillow for your face. One breath cycle here. Feel the upper body relax. Okay, challenging times now. Lifting on up. Really squeezing the glutes and feeling that amazing lengthening energy down through the legs as the arms reach out in a Y shape here. So they're on a little bit of an angle. Let's keep the left hand anchored down. Start to raise the right arm, yeah? Think about that shoulder blade, lifting the ribs up off the floor. Then use the breath. Breathe into the right space and just open up a little. Fabulous. Well done. Slowly lower the hand down. Have a moment in the middle. Coming back to the breath, your body in your center. Right hand grounds as the left arm lifts up. That's the shoulder blade. Helps keep length running down the left arm. Nice. And now the left chest. Keep the neck soft, not using your jaw. Oh, you're doing amazing. Slowly ease it back down. Hands can come back in front of you. For a little pillow rest, you can turn your head the other way if you wish. Oh, even feel that relaxation into the lower back and down the legs. Alrighty, we've got to keep moving. So let's bring the hands back in under the shoulders and back onto your mat if you've moved a little bit too far in front. Bend the knees so we can push ourselves up. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips, downward dog. 2 breath cycles here. Just letting all that amazing energy through the shoulder blades and the chest just unravel itself, run down through our arms, return to Mother Earth. Exhaling completely, walking the feet forwards. Fantastic, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful, bend the knees, roll up, keep the arms relaxed. Standing here, exhaling, letting the shoulder blades tuck back in. If you need to readjust your shirt, your t-shirt or clothes, please do. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, release, preparing again. Fabulous. Inhale, reach on up. Oh, amazing length. Exhale, beautiful relaxation through the upper body. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, ground the hands, walk the feet backwards. We're in that push-up position unless you want to be on hands and knees. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, super long cobra, back of the neck, lifts the head on up. Exhale, blow the air out, push the floor away, tuck the toes, and we're in downward dog. Fantastic. So now we're going to explore downward dog. Let's take the feet out as wide as the mat. So the little toes are right near the outer edges of the mat. Bend the knees a little. And if you want to have a wriggle through the thighs and the hips here to get comfortable, please do. Keep the tailbone up nice and high. We're going to bend the knees and lower the knees all the way to the mat so that they're on the outside lines of the mat. We're going to bring our hands nice and close together so the thumbs are almost touching. Fabulous. We're going to try and keep pushing back with the hips, but keeping them up nice and high. Let's start with the right hand. So peel the right hand off the floor, bring it in underneath you towards your left knee. And now let the upper body dive under. So breathe into the back space of the lungs to open up the back. Exhale and reach a little bit more with that right hand back towards your left knee or to the outside. Fabulous. Bring it all the way on up. Take a moment to resettle and feel into your balance. Then the right hand can lift. Exhale, dives in underneath. Inhale to the back of the body, open and expand across the back. Exhale, squeeze through the front so that your hand can reach all the way towards that right knee or to out the side. One more breath cycle here. Using the breath to help shape the body from the inside out so you get to explore a little bit more out and around in a way that you wouldn't normally. Slowly return the left hand. Thumbs nice together. Beautiful. If you want to go back into a child pose active stretch, you can. If you feel ready, keep your hands where they are, tuck the toes and lift the hips. And just feel into this slightly sort of more of a tripod downward dog. So lift the vertebrae up and let the shoulder blades move sideways so you've still got an open space round in your chest. Easier to breathe. Now we're kind of going to do the same stretch again. So you can lower your knees down towards the floor if you wish, or you can keep the hips up with that downward dog, but really allow those hamstrings to lengthen on up. Let's peel the right hand off the floor, left finger's really grounding down as the hand reaches towards the left knee or the left ankle. Breathe into the back, let the ribs fall, the head falls, and you really reach all the way. So it's a diagonal twist underneath. Beautiful. Slowly return the right hand back underneath so thumbs are meeting. Everybody, let's lower the knees, push the hips back for a child pose stretch. Elbows, forearms can rest. Big audible sigh if that helps you feel a little bit better. And just notice how you feel down through the left arm, the left shoulder, and the left side of the waist. Excellent. As you lift the body up, ground down through the hands away, fingertips, not just the wrists, applying pressure. If you remained on your knees, please do. Otherwise, lift the hips on up and start stretching that mat. Ground down with the right hand as the left hand reaches underneath towards your right knee. Try not to twist through the legs or the hips. It's a slight rotation through the upper body, underneath and forwards. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to the breath. Be aware of the challenges, but stay calm, centered, in control. Wonderful. Slowly return the left hand all the way back up. Thumbs are almost touching. Let's lower the knees back down again and enjoy another child pose stretch. So this time, bring the hands back in under where the shoulders were. Let the hips sink. Flip the feet so the hips can sink even lower than the thighs if you wish. Belly can fall in between the thighs. And breathe. Exhaling completely. Pressing the shins into the floor, lifting the hips. Hands underneath you. Beautiful. So we don't need to walk all the way forwards here. Let's tuck the toes and push the body weight backwards, rolling over through the feet, coming up into a little bit of a squat position here. So let's take the feet out, wider even if you wish. You can be in any position, either at the base of your mat or sideways, letting the weight of the hips fall. But watch these knees don't fall in. We want to try and have the knees themselves opening outways. Elbows can fall in between the inner thigh, but we don't want to be just totally pushing the legs into the elbows. A few more breath cycles here. Relax the feet. Let the pelvis feel anchored and heavy. Feel the whole spine have that lengthening, uplifting energy. Notice the belly expand with the breath. Fabulous. We're going to tip forwards to release the hands to the floor, and we're going to roll ourselves up. So you can lead with your head or you can lead with your hips, whatever feels more interesting or comfortable. Let the feet walk together, bend the knees a few times, and then roll ourselves up to standing. Fantastic. Roll through the shoulders, shake through the arms. Awesome. Let's have some fun with some warriors. So stepping to the front of the mat again. Feet can be an inch or two apart, whatever feels great as you set yourself up and feel your muscles start to reorganize themselves in and around your vertebrae. Maybe you even feel half an inch taller already. Palms start at the heart center. Again, allowing us to connect back to our center, bringing our attention to the breath and the body. Softly bend the knees as the right knee lifts and steps backwards into a lunge. So a bit of distance between each foot, back knee bends towards the floor, tail tucks under. Awesome. So just have a few moments here with the breath, just imagining the torso is like a long rectangle shape, and you'll start to feel that stretch through the front of your right hip. So go softly there, don't fight with that stretch. Elbows tuck in. So all we're going to do here is let the hands lift up above us or in front of our face. Fingers interlace and the palms turn outwards, maybe towards the front, so they can be out here shoulder height, or up above your head, in front of your forehead. Grounding down through the legs, strengthening, just becoming aware of our body, our breath, our ability to return to calm, peaceful, gentle, caring breathing. Fabulous. Release the hands, return them down in front of your heart space. Pivoting on the ball of the right foot, we're going to ground the heel down on an angle and we start to take up that warrior leg shape. Hips are down underneath the ribs as the arms reach all the way out into warrior arms. Breathe in, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, let them sink all the way back down as the hands stretch away from each other. And then imagine and feel that stretch through the fingertips. Also sort of synchronize and happen in and around the hip space as the legs rotate outwards. Soft through the neck, one more breath cycle here. Maybe you feel the ribs expand or lift away from the hips a little and steady, soften on the exhale. Magic. Let's keep the arms reaching all the way on out. We're going to swap sides. So pivot on the ball of the left foot, pivot on the ball of the right, and if you need to wander the feet a little bit over the other sides, take it easy as the hips start to sink. I know the shoulders are getting tired. Keep energizing out through the fingers. Lovely. So we don't start this stretch at the hips or at the shoulders. It starts at the feet, our foundation. So really let the feet sink, the outside lines submerge. Beautiful energy up, running up through the leg. Beautiful, radiating all the way around, spiraling around the spine. If you want to lift the shoulders up to the ears on an inhale and let them soften, remind them to be at ease. As the hands stretch away from each other, you can. Softly through the neck, you can look over the right fingers. Excellent. Bring the hands to the heart center. Lift the left heel and square the hips up to the other short edge of the mat so you're facing the other direction. Elbows tuck on in. If you want to adjust the feet, please do. But with that back foot, try to have the whole width of the ball of the foot grounded, knee tucked under, glute squeeze. We're going to release the hands behind us this time. Fingers can interlace, so you can keep the wrists sort of facing inwards, the palms facing inwards. If you want to turn the palms out the other way, you can. But again, this stretch isn't just about the wrist or the hands. It comes from your heart center. So feel the chest soften. Then somewhere between the chest and the front of the shoulders, you soften and you open up. Somewhere where the chest rushes up to meet the base of the neck, soft, calm, watching the world go by. Excellent. Release the hands to your heart center. Beautiful. So we're going to pivot on the feet again. We're kind of come into a wide-legged stance here. So adjust your feet however you need to. So the toes are facing the log edge of the mat. Give those hips a little bit of a wriggle if you need to settle up in and around through the hips. Fantastic. Heart center with the hands. Breathe in. Lift the crown. Exhale. Stay strong and grounded through the feet as you tip the upper body forwards. Feel the glutes and the hamstrings click on to help support you as your body weight moves forwards. But don't counterbalance by letting the hips slide backwards. Keep the hips up above and in between the feet as much as you can. Use the breath to expand through the ribs and stretch the ribs away out in front of you of the hips. 2 more breath cycles here. So keep the hands at heart center. Shoulders just relaxed away from the ears, upper body pretty chilled, fair bit of strength, support happening up. Wonderful, bending the knees, rolling all the way back on up. Staying grounded here, but pivoting on the balls of the feet so the ankles come on in and bending those knees. Reaching the arms out to the side, let them lift up so the shoulders feel that expansion as the fingertips come in and rest behind that curve of the lower head. Beautiful, knees are still bending outwards. Now you can lower yourself all the way down here if that feels interesting. It'll certainly challenge your inner thighs and create a little bit of extra warmth for you to work with, or you can be somewhere in the middle. Keeping the knees wanting to sort of press outwards, breathe in, we've got a side bend coming. Right elbow goes over towards the right knee. Beautiful. Exhale, back up to center. Have a breath cycle here if you wish, or use the inhale to expand into the right side of the body as you tip the left elbow to the knee. Come back up through the middle. Well done. And again. Exhale, back to center. Inhale over. If you need a breath cycle, take it, but hold form. Hands not pushing into the head's falling back into the hands. Elbows keep stretching open and away from each other. Well done. Release the arms, let them rest on the thighs as you roll your shoulders and bring those feet in, heel toe, nice and close together. Wonderful. Walk through the legs, give the legs a lift and a shake, a lift and a shake, and we'll gently lower ourselves down onto the floor for some seated stretches. So I love this next little sequence. Definitely stays focused in and around the hips, the abdominals, upper thighs. It's wonderful. Heels are heavy, legs can be rested out in front of you. Keep lifting those ribs and letting your heart shine out. Breathe in, raise the arms all the way up towards the sky. As you bow forwards, reach the hands out wide like we're scooping up all the possibilities of the universe and then just letting them arrive at our feet. Lovely, lengthening, expanding, exhaling, just being really gentle. So it's okay for your hands to rest on your shins or on the floor. If you're reaching around the base of your feet, that's wonderful, but please don't compromise and squash your neck or restrict your breathing through the top of the lungs with the shoulders just being scrunched and trying too hard. Exhale completely. Ah, divine. Hands release and help you walk on up as you breathe on in. Bend the right knee and let that foot rest. Lovely. If it's pushed the hip back, that's okay, but just sort of square up through the hips again. We've got a rotation. So the left arm wraps around, but we want to keep the legs and the feet straight as the upper body starts to rotate in the other direction. So your right hand Might be behind your sacrum. Fingertips resting down on the floor. But we're not plunging backwards. We want to use that light touch as a reminder to have an upward lifting energy. Beautiful. Tailbone down, heart opens. Then we use the breath to open, expand the ribs as the right shoulder blade just draws backwards and guides the heart all the way around to the side, softly through your neck. And your head, your face can be in any direction. Excuse me. Returning back through center. Oh, and releasing the shoulders. Now this leg here, it's got a couple of options. So you can let it just rest out to the side. We've got a side reach and another forward fold. Or you can lift the foot up over, but we're going to lay that leg down so that the kneecap's kind of in front of the pubic bone. So this is sort of half cow face posed legs. Heel out in front, kneecap in the front, hips nice and aligned. Reach down with the right arm, lift the left out to the side, and then all the way on up. So a beautiful big side stretch. Left hip down, left shoulder lifting the arm, the fingers up. Beautiful. Slowly release. Keep the upper body, the sides of the body nice and long. Touch down and lift on up. Breathe. Coming back to the breath, letting it help us shine our light all around us. Beautiful. Slowly releasing the right arm down. Relax the shoulders. Fabulous. Sweep the arms up and again, all the way out and around, lowering us down nice and easy towards the toes on the left foot. So you can reach if you like, but don't over squash here. Okay to let the hands rest by the legs. We want to be relaxing this right leg over. So you can feel the muscles, the thigh bones, just open, ease, soften. So it's a stretch that's happening through the muscles letting go and relaxing rather than us forcing them into a particular posture. Softening the sides of the neck and having that lengthening energy continue down the vertebrae. Beautiful. Another breath cycle here. So big breath in, very slow, gradual breath out. Stay within the posture. Stay within your center. Lovely. Release the hands. Help yourself on up. Let's keep this right leg bent and bend the left leg and have the soles of the feet together. Hands cup the toes. Inhale and lift. Exhale, bow forwards. Elbows can go to the knees or the forearms can rest on the floor. Just letting the feet rest towards each other, not picking at the toes or the feet. Just closing your eyes, feeling really high up into the thigh, towards the groin, soften, relax and be open. Beautiful. Rolling on up. Extending our right leg out in front of us, actually both legs out in front, reaching up and sweeping out and around. So it's not just our heart or our arms reaching forwards. Our hips have got us anchored back. Our knees are soft, mini bend, and our heels are reaching out in front of us as well. And just let the breath flow all through you. Let the breath experience you, all of your energies that make up who you are in this moment. Let it all out. Release the hands, roll up to sitting, hand underneath the left knee and letting the foot rest. Feel the upper body really extend up the front of the left thigh, right arm around, left arm around. So just notice, especially with that out breath, if the body collapses back into itself, it's okay, but then prop yourself back up. So whether it's from that reminder, the light touch here of the left fingertips, or whether it's the breath, and using the breath to fill you and lift you all the way on up, crown to the sky. Left shoulder blade can just guide the chest, open and around. softly stretching through the sides of the waist, grounded through the hips. Beautiful. Returning back through to center and letting the left leg just fall to the outside. So it doesn't hurt to let it have a moment there anyway. We've got those side reaches and forward folds. So if you want to lift that leg all the way on up, absolutely you can. Left hand down. Whee! Right hand up. How do we get more space from the base of our right hip up through our back body as well as the side, underneath the shoulder blade, through the armpit, arm, fingertips, lovely, softly, gently down. Keep the shoulders nice and tall. Lift the left arm up. And there's that soft touch of the right hand, just reminding us to stay present, uplifted, sometimes even courageous as we face whatever's out there for us today, tomorrow. Wonderful. Release the arms down and just check with that front leg. So if there's any pain or too much pressure on this bent knee, you can readjust and let that leg fall back to the outside. Breathe in, reach the arms on up, hips are heavy. Exhale, sweep out around in front of you and reach around towards those toes. Knowing that it's fine to let the hands release, because it might take a few breath cycles to help that spine extend and lengthen all the way on out. Might take another breath cycle to remind you to soften across the tops of the shoulders and the sides of the neck and even your face. Maybe the foot's available, maybe it's not. Not today. Wonderful. Another breath cycle here. Lengthening energy all through the legs. Wonderful. Exhale completely. Hands help walk you on up. Lift the left leg. Let's keep the left leg bent. Bend the right leg so the soles of the feet rest in. Readjust through the hips if you need. Hold on to the feet. Breathe in and up. This time really rounding through the spine. So it's almost like the crown of the head is coming down towards the soles of the feet. Close your eyes. Feel the hips be heavy. Feel the knees just open. Notice the breath. How easy it is for the breath to flow through the back of the lungs now, the back body. Exhale, still drawing the belly button in to help flush out any stale old air that might still be caught up in and around our bodies. We'll get it moving, send it on its way. Another breath cycle here. Gradual and mesmerizing. Lovely. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the body. Hands underneath the shins, the knees, and bringing them in for a cuddle. Gentle transition. We're going to lie back down on our backs. And we're going to enjoy those stretches that we began the class with. It'll also give us a moment to check in with how we're feeling and notice how we've changed, how this new, fresh energy that we have amongst us will certainly serve us a little bit better. Right knee into the chest, heel to the ceiling. Soften the foot. You can wriggle through the ankle if you wish, or your toes. Bend the knee towards the chest, let the ankle rest and the knee fall to the outside. Lovely. Lifting the left knee in. So you might even find that through those couple of few movements there, you didn't even really feel much, whereas at the beginning, you could really notice the stretch as soon as we started moving. So that's fabulous. All the blood, nutrients, and our energies will be flowing a lot easier. They'll be having a lot more fun inside of us. And we'll be happier. Beautiful. Release the left foot down. Slowly lift the right knee and let the right foot rest as well. Let's walk the feet out wide and let the knees fall in towards the center and just enjoy that little bit of funny length through the inner thighs up into the front of the hips. Maybe the knees touch, maybe they don't, it doesn't matter. Lovely, walking the feet back, staying grounded for a moment, repositioning your upper body if you need to, as the left heel lifts up towards the sky and your whole body just falls away from the leg. Wriggle through the ankle, the toes. And just feel that lengthening energy, not only up the back of the leg, but the sides, maybe the front. Bend the knee, let the leg rest out as the ankle rests. Beautiful. Right knee lifts up and in. So let the whole torso relax as the leg stretches. Let your vertebrae just fall to the back of your body into the earth. Notice the back of the hips just broadening, yet keeping you very balanced and steady. And the same with the shoulder blades. They can broaden, sit flat, and just support your body as you breathe. Releasing the right foot down, and then the left. This time we walk the soles of the feet closer together and the knees fall out as the base of the feet, the soles of the feet come to rest in towards each other. So just let the legs open out of their own accord. Let them find their own natural range of motion. Hands can rest on the belly to remind us to just breathe efficiently all the way through. So as you breathe, feel the belly lift up into the hands. And breathe out, feel the belly fall back into your body. Inhale, breath circulates. Exhale, breath soothes, softens, really supports us here. Lovely. So from here, if you wish, we can send the legs out nice and long. We can release the arms down by our sides and we find ourselves in Shavasana. A few little wriggles if you wish, and then let your body be still. Shavasana, such a privilege to be able to rest in peace while still alive. So just allow your attention to wander down through the back of your body. Notice the points of contact on your mat, on the earth. Check in that those places are soft and relaxed and comforted, knowing that we have the support of Mother Earth always available to us. And if we're ever having challenges anchoring back into our breath and our body, we can call on Mother Earth and allow ourselves to rest into her support, anchor into her nurturing, kindness, loving energies, and breathe and simply be. Unconditionally accepted for exactly as we are in this moment. Continue to breathe and rest. I feel absolutely amazing. I hope you feel wonderfully alive, replenished, positive, and full of bliss and joy, having been reminded of your energy, who you are. So that is the person who will eventually get up off your mat and enter back out into the day. So please feel free to remain in this posture, just breathing gently, kindly, for as long as you need. When you transition, do so mindfully and carefully. Keep practicing great self-care, kindness, and love towards yourself, because you are so worth it. If you are ready to lift yourself up, start by wriggling the fingers and the toes. Bring that little mobile energy up into your wrists and ankles, up into your legs and your arms. You can lift your knees into your chest for a sweet embrace, gentle rock side to side. Then you can rest on one side and you can make a little face pillow with your hands, just to comfort your head. Before the hands press into the floor to lift you on up to a comfortable seated posture. Continue to be comfortable with your body resting and relaxing within your skin. Allow your awareness to notice the aliveness, the energy, and the calmness, the peace within you. Thank you so very much for having an amazing practice with me. Namaste. Please subscribe to my yoga channel. I'd love to practice lots more yoga with you. Please tick the bell so that as soon as a new video is released, it goes straight into your inbox and it's ready there for you with your yoga practice at home. I'd love it if you gave me a thumbs up if you liked the video, the session, and also welcome your comments so I know more about your yoga journey and how we can continue to practice and communicate together. How lucky we are. Thank you so very much. Namaste.